Hi, I'm Cal Clark of Clark's Corvair Parts. This is our second video of reproductions or parts that we added between 2015 and 2021. We'll start with the 65 to 69 front parking light. We've reproduced the lenses, both the gaskets, the original screws. We include a light bulb and the retaining nuts. But it's the casting and the polishing and the chrome plating that makes this better than any NOS ones I've ever seen. And you can purchase just the casting, you can purchase all the parts individually, or we also have a kit number that gives you everything. We recently reproduced the steering stabilizer or steering damper. So you now can get the correct one. Everything is made to fit the Corvair. And this fits the cars as well as the vans. Comes with detailed instructions with photographs. If you're not familiar with the steering stabilizer, helps to eliminate shimmy and helps to eliminate some of the wandering in the wind. If you check in the upholstery section of the catalog, you'll see we've added a lot of different materials that will allow you to restore your upholstery, make it just the way it was when it left the factory. If you're not exactly sure what each of these materials is like, we can send you either a sample pack that would include all of these, or we can also send you individual samples. Our catalog was completely redone in 2019. If you haven't gotten a copy yet, you can get your first copy free with an order. We've done away with the 2-volume in the main catalog, but we do still have the price list in supplement. The latest revision of the catalog is also done on a matte coated paper, which allows the photos to show up even more. This is the electronic distributor. It can be used on all Corvairs and FCs from 1960 to 1969, except for the turbocharged ones. You get a brand new gear, everything inside is brand new, all electronic. This is the long tunnel pan for the 1965 to 69. These were recently improved and we've added almost all the original details. The reinforcing stampings along the side and along the end. The original style drain in the center for water. This unit replaces the original thermistors on the turbocharged and Corsa engines. You just remove your old thermistor. This screws into the same place, plugs into the same wiring harness. Much more accurate than the old thermistors ever were. And at a fraction of the cost. This is a repro of the 1966 to 69 front spoiler, made out of the same ABS material. The grain is slightly different, although on original ones I've seen several different grains used. These are preformed just like the original. This can be used on 65s. All you need to do is drill the holes. These shocks are custom made for Clark's Corvair Parts. They're a high-tech progressive shock with variable shims and valving. The one on the left is the early style, 60 to 64 cars and 61 to 64 FCs. This is the late style rear shock. Bushings, sleeves, everything the correct size for correct fit. Same thing on the late model front ones. Everything is ready for an exact fit. And these shocks are available as the regular hydraulic shocks, and they're all available as gas pressurized shocks. This is a gas tank produced in Canada that we've sold for the last 22 years. And this one is made in Taiwan. This gas tank actually weighs about a pound more than the Canadian tank. Both tanks are excellent as far as quality, fit, originality. But we will be able to offer a considerable discount on the one made in Taiwan. And you've got your choice. The part numbers that are in the catalog will give you the Canadian one, and there will also be a code that will allow you to get every same kit with the one that's made in Taiwan. Both of them have a finish that resists rusting and corrosion and is very similar to the original. This is the Repro front mat for FCs made out of a rubberized material. It's not exact, but it's as close as we can do with limited tooling costs. And if you want to go with the rubber mat, this makes an excellent one. You're going to want to put it out in the sun for a couple hours. They've been rolled up in boxes for a while. These are also available in several colors, so make sure you check the catalog. This is a repro of the original rubber engine cover that was used on deluxe FCs. It also comes in other colors. These are three of our repro bumpers that I just picked at random. The farthest one is a 1965 to 69 front, the middle one 60 to 64 front, and the closest one, the 60 to 64 rear. I had kept about 20 NOS bumpers for myself. There isn't a single one of those that comes close to comparing to these. I'm willing to bet that if you had 100 NOS bumpers still in the wrappers, they would not be anywhere near as nice as these. I'm videoing these outdoors, so no special lighting or anything to hide anything. Just absolutely beautiful bumpers. This is the inside of the early rear bumper. Even if you get a original bumper re-chromed, there's almost always rust in back of it, rust holes, rust pits. They generally have to grind things. You lose detail as they're re-chroming. We've been selling quality floor panels for over 25 years. This is a late model rear left. You can see all the detail just as close as possible to the factory original. Recently, another company has started selling what they call floor panels. This is the same one as that. There's some very slight ridges that they put in it. Where the tunnel pan is, no detail there, just a bend. Not much excess around the edges. Here's ours again. Plenty of excess going up the edges. The back of it is all shaped to fit right up to the bottom of the rear seat. Tunnel pan, going up to the tunnel pan, has the correct contours. This is our 1960 to 64 front left. And this is what the competition is selling for that same floor pan. Doesn't go over to the edge. Doesn't go really up by the gas pedal. There's really nothing by the gas pedal to indicate where it should be. You could almost do this with a hammer and chisel on a flat piece of metal. Don't forget, we also have kits and sets. The more pieces you buy, the greater the discount on the price is. But don't forget, this is going to take time to install, either for yourself or the body shop that's doing it. One that has all the contours correct around the edges, is stronger, it fits perfectly. It's going to go in much quicker and add much more value to your car than this one. We now have a new supplier for the stock Repro steering box. Much nicer quality than what we had in the past. This will fit 1960 to 63, 1965 to 66 with the short shaft. 65 and 66 do need to order this adapter. And it will also fit 67 through 69 just as it comes to you. Again, it is the stock ratio and an exact fit. This is the approval sample for the 1960 gas tank. We expect to have these late spring or early summer of 2022. The production sample will have the original factory finish. This one was just painted when they sent it over for my approval. We've had Repro wiper arms in the past, but we had trouble keeping them in stock, and they weren't the greatest quality on the polished ends. So we finally went out and reproduced these ourselves. Quality is much, much better now. We also have reproduced the washer nozzles for early and late. They should be in stock by spring or summer of 2022. And we finally have the washer bellows. There is a kit on the market, but it does not fit correctly with Corvair. This part here does not fit well. Thanks to your orders, Clark's Corvair Parts is able to continue reproducing more and more parts. Thanks again.